So you decided that you want to lose weight. You feel that you simply can't stay the same anymore. And now is the time to do something about it. You know that that's what you gotta do. Now, before you sign up at the local gym or start a new diet plan, I'd like to ask you a few very important questions. Pay attention because the answer to these questions can be the difference between success and failure. Dramatic? Maybe, but totally true. The following questions have the power to determine your ability to stay connected to your goal, and that connection is responsible for your long term motivation and commitment. Here we go. Have you really thought about why you want to lose weight? I mean, what do you expect to get from it? How losing weight is going to change your life for the better? You see, whenever I asked a client what was the reason behind her desire to lose weight, I usually got very generic statements at first. Something like, oh, I let myself go and I need to get my shit together. To which I would say, okay, but why now? And that's when the truth start to come up. They would say stuff like, well, I saw a picture of myself and I really didn't like it. I looked so big compared to the other girls. It was horrible. Or, well, I was at the grocery store and someone asked me if I was pregnant. I was so embarrassed. Or, my doctor said that I have to lose weight because I have a history of heart disease in my family and I don't want to end up like my mother. So, by digging deeper, I found out that their motivation to change was coming from the perception that there was something wrong with them, something that they need to fix. And they seemed to be running away from something that they didn't like or something that they were afraid of, like developing a chronic disease that may cut their life short and make them lose quality of life. Or they were worrying of being judged by their appearance and that people might think that they were lazy or not capable. And sometimes they were so ashamed of their bodies that they would avoid participating in social activities like going to parties, taking pictures with friends, or traveling. And when it got really bad, they would lose the confidence to the point that they were feeling unworthy. Because of that, they came up with the conclusion that the only way to fix this was to conform with the social and cultural standards. They felt the need to change so they could fit in, meaning that they were basically feeling pressured to lose weight. And that's where the motivation to change was coming from. Now, while pain can be a powerful drive to get you start something, it is certainly not a good motivator in the long run. Why? Well, because when you feel threatened by something, you will put all your efforts into your strategy to escape. You will go all in, all at once. However, this is not something that can be sustained for a long time. So eventually, you will run out of steam and start feeling overwhelmed. And when you realize that you are getting nowhere, you end up on a state of helplessness. For instance, imagine that you were being chased by lions. You are running as fast as you can and you see a tree. So you use all your energy to climb it. Great, now you're safe. What a relief. Oh, but wait, now you're stuck there. No matter what you do, the lions are still circling around and you have nowhere to go. How do you think you would feel then? Stressed, nervous, overwhelmed? well, eventually your hopes to get out of there alive will be gone and you will be left completely powerless. I know, a little bit dramatic, but I hope you can see my point. Now, something similar happens in weight loss. Well, you find yourself in a tight spot and feel compelled to do something about it. So you end up committing to the idea of a slim body and pledging to do whatever it takes to get there. This means that you will go all in exercise, diet, you name it. But unfortunately, weight loss doesn't happen overnight just because you're putting all your energy towards it. So time passes, and the lack of significant results brings up frustration, disappointment, and self doubt. And as you continue on this path, you will end up convincing yourself that this is pointless and there is nothing you can do about it. So you might as well just call it a day. The good news is that it doesn't need to be that way. And the solution is much simpler than you think. All you need to do is a simple shift in your mindset. This means leaving the pay mentality behind and adopting an achievement point of view. What I mean is stop focusing on things that you don't like or don't want and learn to focus on things that you may gain from the process of change, like positive outcomes that are self driven in nature, like a sense of well being or the pride of achievement, or the confidence you gain when you feel you're getting better at something, or when something that used to be hard becomes easier. The feeling of growth or the excitement of learning something new. Anything that is meaningful to you, that has the potential for bringing you joy, empowerment, appreciation, excitement, enthusiasm. This is certainly a big shift in perspective, but it will increase your chances of succeeding. You see, by teaching your mind to look for meaning, achievement, engagement, and positive emotions, you will find much easier to stay connected to your goal on the long run. You will feel compelled to do what you need to do just because doing those things feel good. The idea is to reframe the way you see your goal. Now, instead of focusing on losing weight, your attention goes into making improvements in yourself. Why? Well, I'll give you 3 reasons. Number one, weight loss encourages an all or nothing mentality, which means you're either all in or you're out. That's why people go to extremes with diet and exercise, but then end up falling off the bandwagon when they can't stick to the plan anymore. In the end, all efforts are short lived. Self improvement, on the other hand, has a more flexible approach, where doing something, no matter how small, is always better than doing nothing. This means that it's okay to take small steps as long as they fit within your current lifestyle. You adapt the process to you and not the other way around, so it is easier to sustain in the long run. Second, weight loss tends to focus on the outcome. You see, lose weight, shed pounds, burn fat, which is not totally under our control. You don't know how long it's going to take for you to get what you want. Well, you don't even know if your plan is going to work. Now, self improvement focus on the process of becoming better. And you are always in control of the process. Besides, each step you take is a reward in itself. And lastly, weight loss is a black and white goal. I mean, you are either successful if you lose weight or you're a failure if you don't. There is nothing in between. Now, self improvement has grades of achievement that build up with each step you take. There is no failure, only learnings. And you are always moving forward. No matter how slow you move, you are still progressing. So, if you want to stop struggling and start achieving, I encourage you to reframe your goal and make the shift. I know you won't regret it.